I thought that was in full display for the first 3 minutes and 15 seconds of the game, right? They got 11 points on the board, and we looked pretty silly defensively. So that's a very good team. But I thought defensively, we kind of righted the ship, and I thought we had some great minutes from kids off the bench tonight. And it's fun to see. It's fun to see our depth continue to grow here throughout the course of the season.
Now you are trying to fit the pieces together, and one of those pieces tonight comes in off the bench. Stella Charleston, a sophomore from Pleasant Hill, Iowa. 6 of 8 from the three-point arc. Now, I don't know that you can map that out, but it's a matter of, okay, where does she fit?
Yep.
And you're doing that here during the season, and I would imagine it can be trying, but it also keeps you fresh.
It does, and Mike, without Gracie and Taylor and still without Hayden, we knew that coming in the first half of the season we were going to have to play a certain way and stay away from other things, right? And so I'm just really proud of Stella of just hanging in there, right? And hanging in there and coming to practice every day and getting better. And Stella's a really smart player, and she doesn't put herself in bad spots or her teammates in bad spots. And, man, tonight she had her opportunity, and, man, she just really took hold of it. So really proud of Stella that first time out. And when that first one went in, our team knows enough that, man, we got to find her back again. And she hit 3 huge, meaningful threes for us. And so I'm just really proud of Stella. This team, Mike, we're continuing to gel again. And it's going to take time for us to continue to gel again. But, man, over the course of time here, Mike, hopefully we can really put a great team together out there.
You continue to do that. How was the California trip? I mean, you and I haven't been able to visit publicly about it. How was the California trip?
Yeah, it was great. We were in 75-degree weather about every day. Spent a little time on the beach. We had a lot of fun together. We bonded as a group. We had a great group of parents that came out to support. We had some California natives that came out to support. And, we came away with 2 wins and no injuries. So the only hiccup on the trip, Mike, was we had a dead battery in the Dordt transit bus.
On the way home
in the parking lot with that 50-mile-an-hour wind. And I'm used to 75 degrees weather, and then to get in that 50-mile-an-hour wind again, I was pretty soft. So, but other than that, Mike, we just had a great trip. We had a great time, and Hope International, they were just tremendous hosts, and yeah, we had a great time.
Concordia coming up on Saturday. That's a team that's playing Dakota Wesleyan tonight, and they're toe-to-toe with Dakota Wesleyan right now, 34-32 up at the Corn Palace. I told some people over the weekend, they asked, well, how's the GPAC women's basketball? I said, well, when Concordia is the 8th-place team at Christmas, it's pretty salty.
Yeah. Well, they're not the 8th-place team. That is a really good team, and they just kind of fell on some hard – they played us here in December, and then they kind of dropped a few more after that. And, they're healthy, but I think they're just trying to find some new identification with each other. And so I fully anticipate just a great game, and they play differently on their home floor, just like everybody does. And, this will be our second long trip of the year. And so with a young team like we have, our effort's got to be perfect. We're not going to play a perfect game, but our effort has got to be there. And if it is, we'll have a chance.
Coach, that's enough for tonight. We will see you on Saturday in Seward, Nebraska.
Okay. Thank you, Mike.
All right. That's Coach Bill Harmson. And the Dordt Defenders coming away with a win here this evening by a final score of 95-37. Let's jump headlong now into the men's contest. And let's take a look at that now. Pull my notes out. Not good enough to know everything by heart, but we do try. The Doane Tigers 7-7 overall, 2-4 in the conference, averaging 70 points per game in men's play, giving up 74. Field goal shooting percentage allowing 49, shooting 43. That's probably the most telling stat in my opinion. Doane converting 30% from the three-point arc, allowing opponents to make 39. Rebounds, they're getting out rebounded 35-29. Turnovers, committing 13, forcing 17. So that is to the good for Doane. Their wins this year include victories over Bethany, Kansas, Manhattan Christian twice, York, and Tabor also beat Mount Marty by 2 and Midland by 7. Their losses this year, Dakota Wesleyan got them pretty good, 82-41. Morningside got them 100-50, and they lost to Waldorf on the road 56-49. Also lost to Peru State 72-60. Northwestern beat them by 24 right before the Christmas break, and a school named Nelson beat them 96-79, and Embry-Riddle beat the Tigers 89-71. Their last 5 games, they are 1-4. And they have lost 3 games in a row. Brady Tim leads the Tigers at 16 points per game. Jack Wilson, 12. Kaysen Cheney, 11.3. Glavin McDonald, 10.5. Brady Tim feels like he's been around forever. 16 points, 4.6 rebounds, 5.9 assists, 2.0 steals. The Defenders are 14-0 this season, 6-0 in the conference. They are averaging 94 points per game, giving up 70, shooting 55% from the floor, allowing 42% success, shooting 42% from the arc, defending at 28%. Rebounding, Dordt has a 37-33 rebounding edge. They force 14 turnovers and they commit 9. Their closest wins this year, a victory over William Wood, 79-75. And beyond that, it's been double-digit wins for the Defenders, and they have surpassed the 100-point mark several times. As I look at it, they have gone over 100 points 4 different times this year in building that 14-0 record. Dordt is led by Lucas Lorenzen's 24 points per game. Bryce Kopic is at 14.9 points per outing with 3.7 rebounds. Connor Milliken, 11.1 points per game. Jake Hargens, 8.3 points per game. Luke Rakin is at 8 points per game with 8.9 assists and 1.6 steals per game. Last time these two teams met, Dordt won it 108-77. In that one, Lucas Lorenzen 20 points, Ty Evanescen 17, Ben Fairclaw had 15. Let's take a look at your starting lineup then for the Doane Tigers and the Dordt Defenders. For the Doane Tigers, first of all, they will start number 1, Trey Connell, averaging 2.4 points per game. Brady Timms, a 5'10 senior from U10, Nebraska, averaging 16 points per game. Number 4 is Caleb Rebick, a 6'4 senior from Louisville, Nebraska, averaging 8.8 points per game. Number 23 is Glavin McDonald. He is averaging 10.5 points per game. He's from Van Buren, Arkansas. And number 43 is Jack Wilson, a 6'6 sophomore from Manhattan, Kansas, averaging 12.4 points per game. Kaysen Cheney, normally a starter. He is not in the starting lineup today, averaging 11.3 points per game. We will see if we see number 5 here this afternoon, or I should say this evening. For the Defenders, Luke Rankin will draw the starting nod. He is a 5'10 senior from Grimes, Iowa, averaging 8 points per game. He runs the show. Number 1 is Connor Milliken, averaging 11.1 points per game. 6' sophomore from Springfield, Nebraska. He is number 1. Number 2 is Bryce Kopic, a 5'11 senior from Hayward, Iowa, averaging 14.9 points per game. Number 3 is Lucas Lorenzen, a 6'4 junior from Milford, Iowa, averaging 24 points per game. That's a team high, 24 points per contest. And Ben Fairclaw wears number 35. The Perth, Australia native is a 6'8 senior. He is averaging 7.3 points per game. Off of the bench, Jake Proctor, 6'3 sophomore from Heston, Kansas, 5.6 points per game, coming off a career high against Hastings, 12 points. Jake Hargens, I should say career high for the Dordt Defenders. Jake Hargens averages 8.3 points per game. Xavier Van Beek, 2.5. Tyler Prinz, 1.9. Ty Evanescen, 6'5 junior from Sheldon, averages 6.4 points per game off of the bench for the Dordt Defenders. Doane controls the opening tap. They're in their black jerseys, orange numbers, and they are trimmed in white. Throw it down into the post. Luke Rankin guarding the post player, Caleb Rebick, and Rebick, a little bully ball, straight to the hoop. His shot, good. Pass underneath goes to Milliken. Milliken has his pocket picked from behind, and coming away with it is Brady Tim. Tim with the basketball, throws it down into the post. Wilson with it. Wilson back out front, it goes to Tim. Tim, 3, good. Brady Tim makes it 5-0 Doane. Doane with the basketball, Rankin into the front court. The Defender men's basketball team returned to campus late last week. They've been practicing not quite a week. Into the corner it goes, Milliken. Milliken, 3, good. Connor Milliken with the triple, and the Defenders trail 5-3. 5-3 our score. Ball taken away by Rankin. Rankin with a steal. Rankin, no-look pass out to Lorenzen out front. Lucas with the basketball, passes it right side to Fairclough. Fairclough back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen, Coxon fires the three, in and out, no good. But there for the tap is Fairclough, taps it over to Milliken. Milliken finishes, and the defenders tied up at 5-5. 5-5 our score. Doane with the basketball. Dordt defending out front. That's Milliken. Milliken goes over to Tim. Tim guarded by Rankin. Tim spins into the lane. Tim, kick out pass. Right hand side it goes to McDonald. McDonald, three, missed, no good. And the rebound taken away by the defenders. Out front it goes to Kopic. Kopic with the basketball, doesn't have the numbers. The trailer is Fairclough. Back to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball, 18:05 remaining. Back to Luke. Luke goes short corner. Lorenzen, cross-court pass is taken away by Connell. Trey Connell with the basketball. Connell passes it out front to Wilson. Wilson with the basketball. Wilson on the right-hand side, McDonald. Gavin McDonald against Lorenz and might have traveled with it. Gets the benefit of the doubt. Pass comes back over to Rabick. Rabick to Tim. Tim pull up, mid-range jumper, good. Brady Tim with a 2-point bucket. He's got 5, and the Dordt defender lead is, the Dordt defender deficit is 7-5. 7-5 our score. Timeout on the floor. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds.
In our program, we talk a lot about this idea of teaching Christianly. How does my faith impact every decision I make in my teaching practice? The more opportunities we have to work with students to kind of foster that kind of a little bit bigger picture of how faith and learning are already integral. It's already there. So how do we uncover that? How do we help students start to see more and more like this is how things are? I'm a person of faith. My faith is a critical component to who I am. Then it's going to have to play out in my teaching practice in some way.
17:41 left to play here in the first half. Dordt with the basketball after Doane used a timeout. Driving in with the right hand is Milliken. Milliken is fouled on the play by Jack Wilson. Wilson whistled for the personal. That's number 1 on him. And Connor will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Connor Milliken, last outing for the defenders. He scored 10 against Hastings. Been a pretty significant layoff for the defenders since they last played. The Dordt defenders going through the first half of the season unscathed. Second free throw by Connor Milliken is good. Ties it at 7-7. 7-7 our score. Bringing the ball up is Brady Tim. Tim driving, stops, throws it underneath. Wilson, shot no good. A rebound taken away by Lorenzen. Lorenzen feeds it back over to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball up to Kopic. Kopic short corner, nothing there, cut off. Double teamed on the baseline. They get it back over to Lorenzen. 18 to shoot. Comes back right side to Lorenzen. Lucas gets the return pass. He's at the top of the key. Right side pass, it goes Rankin. Luke, 3, missed it, no good. There for the tap is Milliken, no good. Actually ended up just off of the glass. Don't think that was a shot attempt. And here comes Doane back the other way, and the drive-in layup for Trey Connell gives Doane the lead at 9-7. 9-7 our score. Right side pass back over to Lorenzen, leaves it short, no good. Tap out Luke Rankin. Rankin with the basketball, comes back to Milliken. Milliken 3, missed it, no good. Rebound controlled by Doane. Doane with the basketball, Jack Wilson. Wilson gets it over to Tim. Tim with the basketball. 3.5 minutes into the contest. Dordt trailing 9-7. Tiger basketball. Tim. Tim guarded by Kopic. Now picking him up on the switch is Fairclough. They pass it right-hand side. Connell. Connell with it back over to Tim. Tim on the elbow. Guarded there by Fairclough again. Goes back into the post. Kick out pass. Connell. Connell 3 off the heel, too strong. No good, but a long rebound. Long shot, long rebound. Here comes Doane, another chance. Missed open 3 by Glavin McDonald, and the defenders come away with the basketball. Pass comes right side Milliken. Milliken Rankin. Rankin splits the defense, looking for the dump down low. Instead goes back over to Milliken. Milliken in and out, no good. Rebound controlled by Kopic. Kopic set shot 3, good. Bryce Kopic with the 3-point basket, and the defender lead is 10-9. 10-9 our score, 15:30 remaining. Brady Tim with the basketball. Dordt with their first lead, I believe, of the game as I take a look back at my notes. Defenders last played on December 14, and you can do the math. That's been nearly 3 weeks. It'll be 3 weeks ago on Saturday. Dordt called for a foul out on the perimeter. And foul charge to the defenders and Bryce Kopic. That's number 1 on him. Team foul number 1 on the defenders as well. Tiger basketball trying to find a rhythm to this game. Pass goes down low. Ty Vanessen on the defense. With it is Wilson. Wilson kick out pass back over to Tim. Brady Tim working against Kopic. Those two have battled over the years through the course of their career. Tim is a senior. Shot is up, no good, and the ball deflects off of the backboard. Doesn't catch rim. Shot clock violation. Turnover. Dordt gets it. So the defenders with the turnover, forcing the turnover. That's the second turnover by the Tigers. Dordt with the basketball, Kopic. Kopic with it, right-hand side, Lorenzen. Down to the corner, nothing there. Back to Hargens. Hargens, right corner, back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen off of the glass, no good, but a blocking foul called on Jack Wilson. It's number 2 on him. Coming up this week, we've still got basketball on Saturday. And Dordt hockey is playing Friday and Saturday in Florida, taking on Florida Gulf Coast. It's foul number 2 against Jack Wilson. Won't have any live coverage of the hockey games, obviously. Did not send Josh Tatton to sunny Florida for hockey and have been unable to find any live stream information or anything like that for those contests tomorrow night and Saturday. We'll get the results posted on our website just as soon as we have them. We also have basketball in Seward, Nebraska, as the defenders will travel to Seward for women's and men's basketball. We'll depart bright and early Saturday morning. Game time, 2 o'clock at Concordia University. A couple of free throws for Lucas Lorenzen. He makes 1 of 2. He's a 74% free throw shooter. Missed the first, makes the second. He checks out of the ball game with 5:18 gone in this one. New player checking in. Looks like that's Adam Kula-Bailey. Need to double check that number. Got number 33 for the Tigers right now. That's Riley Rice. No. Back that up. That's the women's roster. Pass goes right side. That's Cashwell Pugh. Cashwell Pugh checks into the ball game. So Cashwell Pugh on the floor for the Tigers. Underneath, shot in traffic, no good. Rebound taken away by Prinz. Prinz with the basketball ahead to Kopic. Kopic with the basketball. Kopic comes back, top of the key, right side. Prinz shovels it back over to Vanessen. Vanessen back outside, shot no good. There for the rebound and the putback, though, is Tyler Prinz. Tyler Prinz with a putback of the missed shot. Dordt leads 13-9. A little spark for the defenders off the bench. With it on the left-hand side is Connell. Connell with it. Connell feeds it up front with the basketball. This is Glavin McDonald. McDonald guarded there by Proctor. Off-balance shot. Can't get it to go. Rebound cleared by Vanessen. Ty Vanessen hands it off to Kopic. Kopic turns on the Jets. Splits the defense. Hands it off to Vanessen. Decline the penalty. Take the bucket. Doesn't work that way, though, as they called the foul on the drive for Kopic, and they're going to call a blocking foul on the Tigers. That is going to go against Creighton Mechelin. Probably should double check some of these pronunciations. I'm sure my good friend at Doane, Rick Schmecker, has them on the Excel document. Been kind of a crazy week this week, though. With it right side, Proctor it goes into the corner. No look pass underneath. Rankin tried to find Hargens. Hargens drew some contact. Thought maybe there was a foul call. There wasn't. And back we go the other way. So the Tigers with the basketball back. Pass, shot in the paint, no good. Rebound cleared by Hargens. Hargens gets it away to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball, Dordt by 4. Into the corner, Proctor. Short corner jumper, good. Jake Proctor, the mid-range, knocks it down. It's 15-9, and the defenders force Doane to use a timeout. Timeout on the floor, charged to the Tigers. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in a minute.
Homegrown. Community. Family.
Innovators.
Growth.
Faith.
Legacy.
we are dedicated to egg.
Today's Dordt Media Network livestream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
At Dordt, we strive to build community from before you step foot on campus to years after you graduate. We want to give Dordt students the chance to live and learn together and create meaningful, lifelong relationships that are rooted in faith. Connect to others in purposeful relationships at Dordt University.
Back at the DeWitt Gym where Dordt has opened a 6-point lead. Brady Tim on the floor for the Tigers, so Doane used a timeout. And Brady Tim throws the ball in, gets it inbounded to Creighton Mashelin. Mashelin with the basketball. Mashelin. Right side it goes back over to Tim. Tim with it on the left wing. Tim with the basketball. Tim gives it up back over to Mashelin. Mashelin into the corner. Driving in is Rebick. Rebick with it. Rebick into the paint. Cut off. That's Tim. Tim back around the horn. They go 5 to shoot. Nothing there. Now a shot just in front of the shot clock horn, and the rebound cleared by Hargens off of the mess. Here come the defenders and Rankin. Luke Rankin with the basketball. Rankin, no-look pass underneath Fairclough. Fairclough with the glass, count the hoop, and he is fouled. Ben Fairclough will go to the free throw line, and he will try to convert the old-fashioned three-point play. 17-9. Defenders by 8. And Pugh will check out of the ball game. Checking back in is number 23, Glavin McDonald. So the defenders with the lead. Trying to extend it is Fairclough. Fairclough's free throw is good. Ben Fairclough with the Baker's dozen. And the defenders' lead is 18-9. Dordt right now on an 11-0 run. They were down 9-7 at one point. They lead 18-9 right now. We'll check some of those women's basketball scores during our next break. Pass goes underneath, shot no good. Jake Proctor got faked into the air. He's going to commit the foul and unable to convert underneath. So free throws on the way for the Tigers. So 2 free throws on the way for Creighton Mashelin. First free throw is up and good. He's got another one coming. 18-10, so that stops the run at 11-0. And a free throw on the way. This one's up and no good. A freshman from Blair, Nebraska. Rebound missed, or shot missed. Rebound comes out, tapped out. Doane has the basketball. Tigers have it. They pass it out front. 3 on the way is up and good. 3-point bucket for the Tigers. And for the Tigers, that's a new number 24. Dordt misses on the other end. That's Blanding. Blanding with the bucket. So 18-13 now, a turnover. No, bigger pardon. We've got a foul called against the Tigers, an offensive foul against Creighton Mashelin, his second. Xavier Van Beek will check into the game. Jake Proctor will check out. Dordt leading 18-13. So Van Beek will inbound the basketball. Bringing it up will be Luke Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Luke drives in, splits the defense. Kick out pass, Lorenzen. Lorenzen spins. Kick out pass back to Rankin. Rankin to Van Beek. Van Beek for the basketball. Van Beek with it back out front. Dordt playing 5 out right now. They throw it into Lorenzen. Lorenzen right wing on the DU Cross logo on the right side in front of the Dordt home crowd. Back to Rankin it comes. Rankin step back 3 is up and they call a travel on Luke Rankin. So the turnover gives the basketball back to the Tigers. So the turnover wipes off the shot attempt. Dordt leading 18-13. So far, the defenders unable to get the pace to their liking. Brady Tim with the basketball. This is a Doane team that likes to keep games in the 70s. They're averaging right at 70 per game so far this year. Brady Tim with it on the left-hand side. Tim at the free throw line. Tim, they feed it down low, and the ball tipped away from behind. Here comes Dordt in transition. Rankin stops. 10-footer in and out down. 2-point bucket for Luke Rankin in transition, and the defenders lead 20-13. 20-13 defenders. Tiger basketball. Back out front it goes to Tim. Tim guarded there by Milliken. Goes back out front. Three on the way. Long three by Brady Tim. Tim now with 8. And the defenders lead 20-16. So Brady Tim 3 of 4 from the floor so far. Pass goes back left side to Lorenzen. Lorenzen answers with a 3. Lucas Lorenzen with 4. Dordt leads 23-16. The defenders showing full court defense. Pass over the top. Ball deflected. Still maintaining possession of it is McDonald. McDonald for the Tigers. Working against Milliken. He's got it on the right-hand side. Throws it. Right side on the block. Rabick. Loose ball taken away by Lorenzen over to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball, has transition numbers, goes back over to Milliken. Milliken lost it on the way up. Brady Tim pokes it away. Here comes Doane. Dordt leading 23-16. And we have a timeout on the floor. Doane will burn their third timeout of the game. 10:45 gone in the contest. Doane down to 3 timeouts. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds. Doane basketball after the timeout as they utilize their third timeout to maintain possession of it. I always have mixed emotions about that one simply because there are so many possessions remaining. Brady Tim, high arching 3 over the top of Ben Fairclaw, and Brady Tim somehow gets that one to whisper through. And the defender lead is 23-18. 23-18 our score. Lorenzen, corner, Van Beek, Xavier, 3, good. Xavier Van Beek with the 3-point bucket, and the defenders extend the lead to 8, 26-18. Dordt showing full court defense. Trey Connell with it, stolen away by Milliken. Milliken with a steal and the basket. Milliken with 9 points. Dordt leads 28-18. Doane basketball. Bringing the ball up is Brady Tim. Tim with it on the right-hand side. Tim picks up still has the dribble, guarded there by Lorenzen. Tim on the elbow, comes back right side Wilson. Jack Wilson with it. Wilson feeds it off to McDonald. McDonald in the paint, his shot no good, but a foul on the play called on Luke Rankin. So free throws on the way for the Tigers. And Glavin McDonald. McDonald with 2 free throws coming. So McDonald will shoot a couple of free throws here. First one is up and good. McDonald, a 74% free throw shooter coming into the game. It's 28-19. Another free throw coming. Well, Coach Van Haften looks like he's in a Hawaiian state of mind today. The Hawaiian shirt under the sport coat. McDonald makes both free throws. 28-20. With the basketball, comes back right side, Lorenzen. Right side, back it goes. Rankin to Lorenzen. Kick out pass, comes back over to Luke. 3, good. Luke Rankin got his feet set that time, knocks down the triple. It's 31-20. 31-20 our score. Doane with the basketball in the backcourt. Connell guarded by Xavier Van Beek. Across the timeline is Connell. Connell comes right side to Tim. Tim guarded by Rankin. They go to Wilson. Doane now playing 5 out. Nobody posting up. They'll flash the post now. They throw it down into the post is Wilson. Wilson kick out pass. Tim 3, missed, no good. And the rebound taken away by Lorenzen. Doesn't have the numbers. He's going to charge hard to the hoop. Anyhow, lays it up right hand good. Lucas Lorenzen with 6, and the defenders lead 33-20. Doane basketball in the backcourt. McDonald brings it up. McDonald is a freshman from Van Buren, Arkansas. Loses it. Rankin with the steal. And Rankin is fouled as he crosses midcourt. That'll be foul number 6 against the Tigers. And the foul is charged to Glavin McDonald. That's number 1 on him. Well, Lucas Lorenzen, he wasn't stopping for anything there. Lays it up with the right hand. It's 33-20 defenders. And Bryce Kopic will inbound the basketball on the baseline. Kopic to throw it in, gets it into Proctor. Proctor to Vanessen. Lorenzen straight on 3. Yeah. Can't leave him open like that. He's got 9, and the defenders extend the lead to a sweet 16, 36-20. 6:40 remaining, first half. Defenders right now 65% success from the floor. Tiger basketball, Brady Tim, he's been the bright spot for the Tigers so far. Pass it down low, Wilson. Wilson misses the hook shot from the right block. Here come the defenders and Lorenzen. Vanessen, left side, Milliken. Milliken splits the defense, comes back right side, and they're going to call a travel on Milliken. Milliken, a little bit of indecision there, went left his feet, came back down, and before he could pass it off, gets whistled for the travel. Jack Wilson will check out of the ball game. And checking in for the Tigers is Creighton Mashalen. Tiger basketball bringing it up. That's Blanding. I did not anticipate seeing Blanding play tonight. Right side it goes to Tim. Tim with it on the wing, guarded by Vanessen. Tim into the paint, high arching shot, left it short, that time no good. Rebound taken away by Proctor. Proctor right side it goes, back to Prinz. Prinz to Kopic. Kopic, round the horn they go, back to Prinz. Prinz shovels it off to Lorenzen, and Lorenzen unable to hang on to it. Ball skips off of his fingers and out of bounds. It'll be Doane basketball. Not a bad crowd on hand for tonight's contest. You always wonder, Thursday night, you're going to get a lot of play, and Bryce Kopic gets called for a foul in the backcourt. Oh no, beg your pardon, 5-second violation on the Tigers. So a turnover back to the defenders. Doane whistled for their 8th turnover of the contest. Proctor to Kopic, misses the 3, no good from the right corner, and the rebound is cleared by Doane. Tigers have the basketball. And the Doane Tigers bring it across the timeline. Tim picks up his dribble. Brady Tim with the basketball. He passes high post. This is Mashalen. Throw it into the block. Rabick. Back right side. 3. Missed, no good. Rebound taken away by Kopic. Kopic with the basketball. Bryce with it at the top of the key. Kopic comes back over to Prinz. Prinz back over to Bryce. Bryce with the basketball. Now Prinz. Prinz tests the water. Zone defense applied here by the Tigers. Short corner, Vanessen. Gets it to Prinz. Prinz underneath, his shot no good. Rebound tapped back over to Proctor though. Proctor back out front. Kopic lost it, and it was deflected out. Tim comes away with it. Tim's shot, short shot, good. Tim on the run out, gets the 2-point basket, and the defender lead is 36-22. Kopic back to Lorenzen. His 3, no good. Rebound Prinz. To Kopic. Vanessen. Short corner Prince. Back to Proctor. Proctor 3, left it short, no good. There for the rebound, though, is Prinz. Prinz gives it off to Lorenz, and he's stripped on the way up. And no foul call. They'll inbound the basketball right side of the lane as we face the hoop. Women's basketball, Briarcliff is going to beat Mount Marty. That one's 82-49 late. Morningside's going to beat the College of St. Mary 85-42. Sawyer Prinz, beg your pardon, Tyler Prinz. Too many names in the database. Tyler checks out of the ball game. Pass comes in to Proctor. Proctor to Hargens. Right side. Kopic. 3. Good. Bryce Kopic with 6. Dordt leads 39-22. Biggest lead of the ball game for the defenders. And it is Dakota Wesleyan up by 11 on Concordia right now. Late at the Corn Palace. Under 4 minutes to go. 68-57 in women's basketball. Our games got started an hour earlier than the originally scheduled 6 o'clock. A reach-in foul called on Ty Van Essen. As the day drew closer, it started talking about start times and getting people on the road, especially considering that you got games on Saturday again. So this one got moved up an hour. Pass comes into Wilson. Wilson with the basketball. Wilson comes back right side to Tim. Tim back to Wilson. Wilson back to Brady Tim. Brady Tim with it on the wing. 10 to shoot. Comes back left side. 3 off the mark, no good. Rebound controlled by the Tigers. Tigers back out front. Blanding to Tim. Tim guarded by Kopic. Tim into the paint. Cut off by Kopic. Kopic holding his ground. No look pass underneath. Well, I should say Jack Wilson on the cut. Gets the pass from Tim. Dordt leads 39-24. Jake Hargens underneath his 2-point bucket, good. Jake Hargens with the 2-point basket. Dordt leads 41-24. 3:10 remaining in the first half. Dordt up by 17. Tigers with the basketball. Blanding puts up a 3, good. Blanding with his first basket of the day, and the Dordt defenders want a timeout. Timeout on the floor, charge to the Dordt defenders. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more from the DeWitt Gym in 30 seconds.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973. Looking for top-notch rental equipment for your next project? Look no further than Rental, located in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. Rental, your regional equipment rental experts. Visit them online, rental.com, or call 712-722-3928.
(41-27), defenders by 14 with 2:59 left to play in the first half. Lots of basketball yet to play in this one. Reminder that our pregame and postgame shows brought to you by Wireless World, your Verizon authorized retailer with 7 locations in Northwest Iowa. Visit them at wirelessworld.com. Pass comes right side. They get it back over to Rankin. Rankin with it, right corner. Kopic. Kopic with the ball, 15 to shoot for the defenders. Comes back out front. Zone defense applied by the Tigers. Kopic splits the defense, gives it up Proctor. Proctor underneath Hargens. Hargens 2-point basket, good. Jake Hargens with back-to-back buckets for the defenders. Dordt leads 43-27. Bringing the ball up is Brady Tim. Tim with it. 43-27. Tim working against Fairclaw. Tim spins into the lane, cut off. Back out front it comes. They give it up. Lob it down low. Knocking it away is Proctor. Comes back over to Blanding. Blanding jumper baseline, no good. Rebound tapped. Rankin comes up with it after Fairclaw gathered in the rebound. Ahead it goes to Hargens. Hargens layup good. Good to see Jake playing with that explosiveness that we saw earlier in the year, bothered by a little bit of an injury right before the break. Tim, kick out pass, right corner 3, good for the Tigers. Glavin McDonald with 5 points, and the defender lead is 45-30. So the defenders up 45-30. This has not played a Doane's game, though. The pacing not what they would like. They're averaging 70 points a game. Shot in the paint by Bryce Kopic. It's good. He's got 8. And the defenders lead 47-30. It's taken a little while to get there, but the defenders do have it a little more up-tempo than it was earlier. Brady Tim drops it off underneath Blanding, comes back outside. Blanding on the wing. His three, missed it, no good. Rebound taken away by Proctor, gets it head to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Rankin comes back over to Fairclaw. Fairclaw with it, and Fairclaw stumbles and is whistled for the travel. Tried to come to a jump stop, did the big fella. Comes up limping a little bit. Hopefully that's nothing serious. Coming up at halftime, we'll take a look at some highlights. We'll recap the first half of play. We'll take a look at what's happening in the conference as well, both women and men's basketball tonight, and take a look ahead at the weekend. 47-30, defenders by 17. Doane basketball. Tigers have it in the backcourt, Blanding. Dordt has made 62% of their field goals so far. With it on the right side is Blanding. Blanding with it. Blanding to Tim. Tim in the paint. Nothing there. 14, now 13 to shoot. About a 25-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Milliken blocks it away. Brady Tim took it in among the trees. Ben Fairclaw was there to bother the shot as well. 47-30. 7 seconds on the shot clock. 35 on the game clock. Pass comes in. Three from the wing. Right wing three. Good for Glavin McDonald. His second three of the day. He's got 8. 47-33. Defenders leading. We get to halftime. Dordt's going to hold for the final shot if they can on this possession. 18 seconds now. Rankin dribbling out front. At worst, you want to go on up 14. At best, maybe you get a 3 out of this deal. 9 seconds, now 8. Snap it over to Milliken. Milliken over the basketball. Back to Rankin. Rankin into the corner. Lorenzen, 3 to shoot. Gets it off, and it's good. 3-point bucket, Lucas Lorenzen. Lorenzen with 12, and the defenders get to halftime leading 50-33. The defenders 63% from the floor, 47% on threes. That translates into a 50-33 halftime advantage. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with a recap of the first half along with some highlights right after this 2-minute timeout.
Hey Defender Nation, my name is Darren Kaiser and I'm excited to serve as the new athletic director at Dordt University. Thank you for tuning in to the Dordt Media Network and supporting Defender Athletics. As an athletic department, we are committed to the Defender way. This means we are committed to the Great Commission, developing servant leaders, the academic development of our student athletes, and the pursuit of championships. I'm eager to join with you in supporting our athletes this year. Thank you for watching Defender Athletics on the Dordt Media Network. Go Defenders!
Today's broadcast brought to you by Volink Enterprises Incorporated, building homes for families and businesses in Northwest Iowa since 1962. Let's work together to bring your vision into reality. Volink Enterprises Incorporated.
And today's live stream broadcast brought to you by Verhoof Automotive. Verhoof Automotive in Sioux Center is your local Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, and Buick dealer. Verhoof Automotive, worth the drive from anywhere.
Hey Defender Nation, did you know that Dordt Athletics has over 700 student athletes that make up less than 50% of the student body? We want to invite you to join the Defender Gold Club and support those student athletes, our staff, and coaches this season. Your charitable donation helps advance Defender Athletics and the Defender Way. Last year, we were just shy of 900 members in the Defender Gold Club. Help us reach that 1,000-member mark this year. By becoming a member, you will directly support the student athletes and coaches here at Dordt University. Thanks for watching. Go Defenders!
Premier Bank has always understood the value of family. We recognize that as your family grows, your banking needs change, and we're here to help you each step of the way. We'll create a customized plan for easier and better banking and support you in making the most of every dollar, today and always. Visit epremierbank.com or stop by any of the 5 Premier Bank locations in Iowa or South Dakota to partner with a bank who's ready to grow with you.
$50-33 our score. For those of you watching on the Dordt Media Network, we've got some junior warriors from Sioux Center Community School, decked out in the orange and white and blue. So if you want some halftime entertainment, I believe these are 3rd, 4th, 5th grade age, give or take. Gotten worse at judging age. The defenders with the lead, 50-33. Let's go ahead and run the highlights while we recap the first half of play. The Doane Tigers scored the first 5 points of the ball game. Dordt came back to tie it at 5. We were tied again at 7, and Dordt took the lead for good in the first half at 10-9 with a 3-point basket. Brady Tim kept his team in it with 12 points in the first half. Bryce Kopic knocked down a couple of threes. He's got 8 points in the first half. Luke Rankin up to his usual tricks, 5 assists. Finding Ben Fairclough for a 3-point play opportunity. And those were Ben's only 3 points of the first half. Doane Tigers did convert 6 threes. They were 6 of 14 from the 3-point arc and 6 of 17 from inside the arc. Jake Hargens off of the bench scored 3 2-point field goals. He had 6 first half points. And the defenders lead it at halftime, 50-33. The defenders are led unofficially by Lucas Lorenzen with 12, including a buzzer beater to close the first half of play. Brady Tim leading the Tigers with 12 points as well. 50-33, we're at halftime. Let's take a 3-minute break this time. I know we have a little bit longer break to run through at the Dordt Media Network truck, and we'll take care of that. And we'll take a 3-minute break on KIHK as well. We'll be back with all of the numbers from the first half of play in 3 minutes.
Hello, Dordt University sports fans. Hope you're enjoying the game, whether you're a family or friend of a player or coach, or a fan of the university. Now, these players and coaches have put in hours and hours of practice, and it shows. But there's one more thing that every coach makes sure the team has: a game plan. And if these players and coaches are willing to put this much effort into a game, how much more important is a game plan for your financial life? Now, the financial world continually becomes more complicated, and we keep ourselves plenty busy. And even if we have precious free time, most of us don't want to spend it wrangling over financial decisions, reading financial journals, or studying the latest tax legislation. But if you don't have either the time or the desire to spend hours upon hours learning and keeping up with the changing rules of the game in the financial world, and then figuring out how that applies specifically to your financial life, you don't have to do it alone. For over 40 years, Money Concepts, the planning firm here in Sioux Center, has been helping households to build their financial game plan upon all the things in life more important than finances. Because there's things in life more important than money, and none of them are things. I'm Tom DeYoung, financial planner and president of Money Concepts, the planning firm. Check us out on the web or social media, or schedule an intro meeting to see how a financial game plan might benefit you. We'll help you build your finances on all the things in life more important than finances, while being a good steward of the resources God has entrusted to your care. And check out our Money Concepts radio podcast at moneyconceptsradio.com or on your favorite podcast app, where we dive into the relevant financial planning topics to bring clarity to the often confusing, ever-changing rules of the game in the financial world. Enjoy the rest of the game, and remember to spend your most valuable resources, your time and your attention, on the things in life that matter more than money. And go Defenders!
Today's broadcast brought to you by the Van Engelen-Hovet Agency, your trusted independent insurance agency in Northwest Iowa. Contact the Van Engelen-Hovet Agency, Sioux Center Advisors, Mark Hulsoff, Lisa Dykstra, or Kyle Blankers. Today's broadcast brought to you by Cruz & Cruz, PC, certified public accountants, offices in Sioux Center and Lars. Helping you attain your financial goals is their commitment. Today's broadcast brought to you by Joyner and Dordt Dentistry, providing implants, dentures, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere.
A few minutes to go till halftime. Till the halftime ends. Still shaking some of the rust off. Beg your pardon. It's been a couple of weeks, and it is amazing how quickly the rust sets on. But the Dordt Defender men's basketball team, 19 of 30 from the floor, 63%, 8 of 17 on threes, 47%. 4 of 5 from the free throw line, 80%. For the Doane Tigers, 12 of 29 from the floor, 41%. 6 of 14 on threes, 43%. 3 for 4 from the free throw line, 75%. Turnovers, Dordt had 9, Doane had 8. Rebounds, Dordt 20, Doane 8. Individually, Dordt led by Lucas Lorenzens, 12 points on 4 of 7 shooting, including 3 of 6 from the arc. 9 points for Connor Milliken, 8 for Bryce Kopic, 6 for Jake Hargans, 5 for Luke Rankin, 3 for Ben Fairclough, 2 for Jake Proctor, 3 for Xavier Van Beek, and 2 for Tyler Prinz. Tyler Prinz had 5 rebounds. Bryce Kopic had 3. Lucas Lorenzen, Ben Fairclough, Jake Proctor, and Jake Hargans each had 2 rebounds, as did Ty Vanessen. 5 assists for Luke Rankin tonight. Ty Vanessen with a pair. 2 steals for Luke Rankin this evening. For the Doane Tigers, 12 points for Brady Tim, 8 for Glavin McDonald, 2 for Connell, 2 for Hrebeck, 2 for Wilson, 6 for Blanding, 1 for Mashelen. 3 rebounds for Hrebeck, 2 assists each for Tim and McDonald. 2 steals for Tim, 1 steal each for Connell and Hrebeck. Dordt leads at 50-33 at halftime. Let's take another 2-minute break, and we'll be back with a rundown of all the scores from around the league. Great Plains Athletic Conference. Right after this 2-minute timeout, you're listening to Dordt Basketball on KIHK and watching on the Dordt Media Network. Back with more in 2 minutes.
Today's broadcast brought to you by 712 Nutrition. Transform your health and wellness with 712 Nutrition. Stop in today for healthy, delicious protein shakes bundled with a supportive community. Start feeling your best today.
Hi, this is Jennifer Jansen at Epic Realty. At Epic Realty, we take pride in providing professional real estate services with integrity and expertise. Give us a call or stop by our Sioux Center office and visit our website at epichomerealty.com.
Premier Bank is proud to support Dordt University. Visit epremierbank.com for locations and more information. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Premier Communications, we're all about connection, connecting you to all the entertainment, work, and family you love with our phone, internet, cable TV, and tech support services. And now, that connection has gotten even faster with internet speeds up to 1 gig. Experience the next level of connection with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call toll-free 800-741-8351. Premier Communications, looking ahead.
Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym, where the Dordt Defenders lead Doane in men's basketball 50-33. Scores from around the league. Finals, it was Dordt defeating Doane in women's play earlier tonight, 95-37. The Defenders now 8-0 in league play. Hastings came from behind to defeat Northwestern 69-60. Northwestern drops to 6-2 with a loss. Hastings improves to 5-3. Waldorf over Midland 83-81. Waldorf, their second win of the league season. Morningside all over the College of St. Mary, 94-51. Briarcliff a 90-58 winner over Mount Marty. And Dakota Wesleyan 77-65 over the Concordia Bulldogs, dropping Concordia to 4-5 in the conference and 7-6 overall. Here then are your women's standings heading into Saturday and Sunday for some teams. Dordt 8-0, Northwestern and Morningside, and Dakota Wesleyan all 6-2. Briarcliff is 5-2. Doane and Hastings are 5-3, and Concordia is 4-5. Right now, the cut line, as we take a look at things for the GPAC tournament, Concordia would be the 8th seed. Waldorf is at 2-6, 2 games out of the 8th spot. Midland is 1-7. Mount Marty and the College of St. Mary are both 0-8. Men's basketball, one final. Northwestern defeated Hastings 95-86. Northwestern improves to 7-0. Hastings drops to 0-7. The Dordt defenders lead Doane at halftime 50-33. Everybody else is just getting underway or going through warm-ups. Midland is at Waldorf. Concordia is at Dakota Wesleyan. Mount Marty is at Briarcliff. Dordt's trying to keep pace with Northwestern. Those two teams entered tonight undefeated overall and in the conference. Morningside stands 6-2 in the conference. Dakota Wesleyan 4-2. Concordia 4-3. Dakota Wesleyan and Concordia are playing tonight at the Corn Palace. Mount Marty is 3-4. Morningside, by the way, is idle. Doane and Briarcliff entered play tonight, 2-4 in the conference. Waldorf 2-5. They're playing Midland tonight, who's 1-6, and Hastings already in the books tonight. They're 0-7. Let's take another 1-minute break. We'll be back with the second half of play in 1 minute. This is Dordt basketball on KIHK and the Dordt Media Network.
Today's Dordt Media Network broadcast, brought to you by Cruise & Cruise PC, certified public accountants. Offices in Sioux Center and Lamars, helping you attain your financial goals is their commitment.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973. Today's broadcast brought to you by Joyner and Zwart Dentistry, providing implants, dentures, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere.
The Dordt defenders will open up the second half with possession. They pass it down underneath to Lucas Lorenzen. Lorenzen got position. He's got 14. And the defender lead is 52-33. So the defenders pick up where they left off. The defenders have now scored 5 unanswered. They got a buzzer beater by Lorenzen and then a 2-point bucket underneath. Answering with a 3 is Doane. And that's Jack Wilson. Wilson with the triple. He's got 5. The defender lead is 52-36. Rankin with the basketball, throws it into the corner. Milliken drives in, tries to thread the needle, and it's taken away by the Tigers. So the Tigers get the basketball back. Dordt leads 52-36. Trey Connell has it on the right side. Connell with it on the wing. Connell down to the baseline. Connell picks up his dribble, throws it down low, and it's knocked away by the defenders. It'll be Tiger basketball. So the Dordt defenders on defense. And they'll throw the ball in with the Doane Tigers. Right side of the lane as we face the hoop. Pass comes in. And the Tigers setting things up. Right side pass. 3 on the way. Good. So the Tigers trying to shoot their way back into this one, trailing by a baker's dozen, 52-39. 6 in a row, 6 unanswered by the Tigers on 2 straight possessions. High post pass, Milliken. Milliken back outside it goes Rankin. Rankin to Lorenzen. Lorenzen puts it up, and he is fouled on the play. Blocking foul called against the Doane Tigers, and the Dordt defenders will inbound the basketball right side of the lane as we face the hoop. They are not going to give shot attempts here. Lucas Lorenzen trying his best to get a couple of free throws out of it. They don't give it to him. Driving in, right-handed shot by Kopic. A little Red Sea action as the waters parted. Steal by, the Tigers against the defense by Milliken. Bringing it up is Caleb Hrabic. Hrabic picks up his dribble, comes back over to Tim. Tim into the paint with the right hand, good. Brady Tim with a 2-point bucket, he's got 14. And we've got a timeout on the floor. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Doane uses a full-length timeout. Back with more in 1 minute.
Today's broadcast brought to you by the Van Engelen-Hoven Agency, your trusted independent insurance agency in Northwest Iowa. Contact the Van Engelen-Hoven Agency, Sioux Center Advisors, Mark Hulsoff, Lisa Dykstra, or Kyle Blankers. Today's broadcast brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction, Rob Sue, owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, and decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com.
Find furniture, mattresses, flooring, paint, and window treatments at your local Furniture Mart. They are family owned and located in downtown Sioux Center.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Ski-Bout Window and Door, your local window experts. Whether you're building or replacing, Ski-Bout Window and Door has the products, people, and knowledge to get the job done right. See Ski-Bout and see the difference. Today's broadcast brought to you by Prairie Life Chiropractic, combining skill and expertise that spans the entire chiropractic, acupuncture, and physical health spectrum. They want you to move better and live better.
Dordt basketball after the Doane bucket. Pass goes right side. Milliken misses the three. Rebound cleared by the defenders. Kopic comes away with a loose basketball. Comes back to Milliken. Milliken right side. Fairclough. Kopic. Kopic with it. Kopic free throw line jumper left it short. No good. Gets his own rebound back though. Fairclough at the free throw line. Splits the defense. Cut off now. Feeds it to Kopic. Kopic spins in the lane, unable to finish it. And back we go the other way. Doane trying to make a game of it. Trailing by a baker's dozen, 54-41. Shot in traffic, no good by Trey Connell. Here come the defenders. Lorenzen with it, gets around his man, throws it right side. Milliken three, missed, no good. Rebound controlled by Lorenzen. 2-point bucket, good on the putback. And he is fouled. Lucas Lorenzen fouled in the act of shooting. And he'll go to the free throw line for an old-fashioned three-point play opportunity. So Lorenzen will go to the free throw line. Second free throw is up and good. So Lorenzen makes the free throw for the old-fashioned three-point play. He's got 17. And the defender lead is 57-41. Defenders have led by as many as 19. That was at 52-33. Tiger basketball, Tim. Tim throws it right-hand side to Blanding. Free throw line, Machelin. Puts it up. Shot no good. Rebound Fairclough. Tap. Milliken comes away with it. Here comes Connor. Back to Rankin. Connor in traffic. Off the glass. No good. Had a chance at the rebound and has it tipped off of his fingertips and out of bounds. Everything but the finish for Connor Milliken. And here come the Tigers. Tiger basketball. Brady Tim fading away from 10. Good. Brady Tim with 16. That's a season average, but his team finds itself down 14, 57-43. Fairclough, left side, Rankin with it on the wing. Luke with the basketball, comes back over to Fairclough. Lorenzen throws it, intended for Kopic. And out of his reach into the unsuspecting spectator section. Normally occupied by Dordt students. Not in session right now, though, so I think we've got a high school team that Dort's hosting tonight in attendance. 57-43, 16 minutes remaining. Underneath, Milliken unable to fight off the drive by Glavin McDonald. McDonald with a three-point play opportunity. And he can bring it back to an 11-point ball game with a made free throw here. Dordt leading 57-45 pending the free throw. So Milliken whistled for the personal. That's his first. For the defenders, they've been able to get to this point without much foul trouble. Jack Wilson, by the way, for Doane has 4 already. And the free throw is up and good for McDonald. He's got 11. And the defender lead is 57-46. Doane has outscored Dordt 13-7 to start the second half. Pass underneath the Bryce Kopic, keeps it up high, gets the shot to go, extends the lead back to 59-46. 59-46, Brady Tim into the paint. Brady, shot no good, but there for the rebound, and the putback is Blanding. I beg your pardon, that is Mashelin. Mashelin with 3, and the defenders lead 59-48. Kick out pass, Lorenzen, head fake, mid-range jumper, 17-footer good. Lucas Lorenzen with 7 second-half points, 19 for the ball game. Dordt leads 61-48. Dordt converting 60% of its field goals up to this point. Tim, guarded by Evanescent on the switch. Pass comes back out front to Rabick. Rabick with it. Rabick guarded. Here's Tim. Tim on the right wing. Tim with the basketball. He passes it back over to Blanding. Blanding over the glass, no good. There for the rebound, and the putback, though, is Creighton Mashelin. Mashelin with 5. Dordt leads 61-50, so the defenders unable to shake the Tigers at this point. Zone defense by the Tigers again. Looks like a 1-2-2, almost flattens out into a 3-2. Into the corner it goes Kopic. Kopic spins, drops it off for Vanessen. Vanessen layup good. Ty Vanessen with his first basket of the day, 63-50. Here in the second half, the Tigers 7 of 11 so far from the field. They've outscored Dordt 17-13 here in the second half. With a pass out front, Blanding. Blanding gives it up to Tim. Tim, kick out pass. 3 on the way, good. Glavin McDonald with the 3. And the Tigers as close as they've been in a while, 63-53. Bryce Kopic answering with a 3. 66-53. Somebody's got to get a stop. Defenders by a baker's dozen. Timeout on the floor. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds.
Looking for top-notch rental equipment for your next project? Look no further than Rental, located in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. Rental, your regional equipment rental experts. Visit them online, rental.com, or call 712-722-3928. Today's broadcast brought to you by Flooring and Design in Sioux Center. Whether you are building a new home, remodeling your current home, or wanting to freshen up your decor, we can help make your home as unique as you. Stop in to see us at Flooring and Design.
One more final is in men's basketball, and it's Midland going on the road and getting a victory over Waldorf this evening, 89-72. Midland now 2-6. Waldorf falls to 2-6. Turning into a bottleneck in the middle of the GPAC standings, and that is not uncommon. Right now you just try to stay clear of that mess. With it right side is Tim. Tim guarded by Vanessen. He'll put up a 3, and Brady Tim misses the rebound, taken away by Hargans. Goes up high for it. Hargans gets it over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen gathers himself, and the layup. He has it stripped on the way up. Last touch by the Tigers. It'll be Dordt basketball. Jake Hargans with that rebound. He's got 3 today. Go along with 6 points. 66-53 defenders. Comes into Proctor. Proctor, Hargans. Hargans with the basketball. Hargans back over to Proctor. Right side, Lorenzen. Lorenzen with the basketball. Right side 3. Missed no good. And the rebound, a run out chance here for Mashelin. Mashelin might have traveled with it. And we've got a foul called before the shot, I think. That's going to go on Lorenzen. So Lucas Lorenzen called for the personal foul. And for Lorenzen, that's number 1 on him. Team foul number 2 on the defenders in this half. We've only had a total of 11 free throws shot between the two teams so far. Doane basketball, Matchelin. Matchelin picks it up. He passes it back over to Blanding. Blanding gives it up to McDonald. McDonald, long three, missed it, no good. Rebound controlled by Kopic. Bryce with the basketball, snaps it into the corner. Proctor sets, fires three, good. Jake Proctor with 5 points. Dordt leads 69-53. Now this is where Dordt can expand the lead. You don't get back on defense. They've got some very capable shooters. Tim throws it into the corner. McDonald guarded by Lorenzen. Snaps it out front. Tim on the bounce. Tim against Kopic. His bounce pass taken away by Proctor. Proctor with the basketball. Proctor back to Vanesson. Tapped by Hargens. Loose basketball. Picked up by Hargens. Comes back over to Proctor. Proctor right corner three. Good. 8 points for Proctor. 72-53. The lead grows to 19. 12 minutes remaining. That matches the biggest lead of the ball game thus far for the defenders. Pass goes down low. Lorenzen takes it away as he fronted the post. Lorenzen with the basketball. Right side Vanesson. Find Proctor. With the basketball is Hargens. Hargens, short corner to Kopic. Kopic with the basketball. Kopic to Lorenzen. Long three on the way. Good. Lucas Lorenzen with the three. His fourth three of the day. He's got 22, and the defenders grow the lead to 75-53. Shot in the paint, no good, but a foul on the play. Free throws coming for Glavin McDonald. McDonald will shoot 2. So Lucas Lorenzen with a deep triple that time. A good stride or two beyond the three-point line from straight on. Snaps it off pretty easy. Bryce Kopic called for the personal. That's his second. Lorenzen tonight, 4 of 7 from the arc, 8 of 11 from the field. Free throw is up and down for McDonald. And another free throw on the way, trying to make it a 20-point game. So Dordt moments ago up by 22. Pushing the lead up from 19. That was their biggest lead of the ball game prior. Free throw is up and good. So another free throw for Glavin McDonald. McDonald today matching Brady Tim with 16 points. And the defender lead is 75-55 with 11:18 remaining. Zone defense still applied by the Tigers. Left side it goes Proctor. Proctor right side Rankin. Rankin over the basketball. Rankin high post Hargens. Hargens gives it up. Fairclough down to the short corner. Back to Hargens. Hargens into traffic, back over to Proctor. Another three for Proctor. That one misses, no good, left it short. And the rebound is taken away by Brady Tim. Tim got the outlet pass, actually. He takes it up the floor. Tim with it in between the circles. Brady Tim picks up the dribble, looking for someone to pass to. Throws it right side. They dump it down into the post. Kick out pass. Three on the way is off the mark, no good. Rebound Fairclough for the miss by Trey Connell. Into the front court are the defenders and Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Rankin to Hargens. Hargens, reverse layup, missed it, no good. Tried to spin it off of the glass. A little too hard off of the glass. And Doane comes back the other way. Doane with the basketball. They get it over to Brady Tim. Tim with it. Tim at the top of the key driving in. And Tim lost it. Out of bounds. Turnover back to the defenders. That's 11 turnovers on the Doane Tigers today. Dordt also with 11. So the defenders lead 75-55, and the Tigers would need to get to their average +5 to pull this one out. They average 70 points per game coming into the contest. Short corner, Hargens. Hargens underneath, and he is fouled on the play by Cashwell Pugh. So Pugh whistled for the personal foul. So blocking foul called. That's foul number 3 on the Tigers. And Pugh checks out of the ball game. And inbounding is Rankin. Rankin looking, gets it into the corner. Prinz over to Hargens. Hargens, Fairclough. Ben with it. Draws a double team. Throws it into the corner. Rankin. Rankin dribbles through, passes back over to Van Beek. Van Beek into the ball game at the last break as well. Xavier tries to throw it into the corner to Hargens, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by Doane. It'll be Dordt basketball. So Doane basketball. And the defenders throw it in, 6 to shoot. Back it goes Van Beek. He'll have to force it up. No, gets it over to Prinz. Prinz at the horn. Three-pointer, good. Xavier Van Beek with the extra pass over to his old high school teammate Tyler Prinz. The Sioux Falls Christian connection. 78-55, defenders by 23, matching their biggest lead of the ball game. Right side pass, Tim. Tim comes back over to Connell. Connell, right side, off of the glass, good. Count the hoop, and Prinz is whistled for the foul. Tyler Prinz called for the personal foul. That's foul number 1 on him. So you count the hoop for Trey Connell, the freshman from Arnold, Nebraska, and he'll go to the free throw line for a three-point play opportunity. The defenders trying to stay perfect. Both overall and in the league tonight. And Trey Connell makes the free throw. He's got 5, and the defender lead is 20, 78-58. And a reach-in foul called on the Tigers. That's going to go against Trey Connell. That's number 1 on him. And that's a pretty bitter pill for Connell to swallow. He doesn't believe it. And he got a little backing from Ian McKeithen on the Doane bench as well on that one. Dordt with the basketball. Rankin. No look pass underneath to Hargens. Hargens no good, but the tap in is good. Not sure who's going to get credit for that tap in. They're going to give it to Ben Fairclough. So Fairclough gets credit for the 2. Dordt leads 80-58. Doane basketball. Left hand side is Milliken. Is Connell. Connell guarded not by Milliken but by Van Beek. And the pass taken away. Here come the defenders after the turnover. Rankin with it. Back out front. Van Beek. Van Beek sets, fires 3. Missed it. No good. And a foul called on the rebound against Jake Hargens. Hargens took a pretty good whack at it and got mostly arm that time. And the defender lead is 80-58. Doane gets it back. Doane's got 12 turnovers now. With the basketball, bringing it up is Connell. Connell with it on the left-hand side. Connell using his dribble. He's got it out front. Guarded by Hargens, working his way in. Nothing there. Comes back out front, Wilson. Wilson, 3, no good. Cleaned up by Hargens. Gets it over to Rankin. Rankin, Fairclough. Fairclough, jump stop. His shot, no good, but they're going to call him for a foul, for a travel. Luke Rankin with 8 assists tonight to go along with 5 points and 2 steals. Looking for his 9th that time, didn't get one. Brady Tim now puts it on the deck against the defenders and misses the shot. Rebound cleared by Van Beek over to Rankin. Rankin up the floor. Rankin feeds the trailer Hargens, and he's fouled on the play. 80-58. Defenders leading by 22. So that's foul number 5 on the Tigers. Dordt inbounding. This will be Luke Rankin triggering him with Prinz, Fairclough, Milliken, and Van Beek on the floor. Pass it to Van Beek, and it's tapped away by Doane. So the Tigers tap it away, and now the Tigers will inbound the basketball. Beg your pardon. Defenders will inbound the basketball. Blanding checks into the ball game. Trey Connell will check out. Pass Rankin. Rankin to Van Beek. Van Beek with it. Gets the return pass. Still a zone applied by the Tigers. Dordt's had pretty good success tonight, shooting nearly 60% from the floor. Left-hand pass goes back over to Rankin. Rankin pull-up jumper, hangs on the rim and falls through. Soft touch for Rankin. He's got 7, and the defenders lead 82-58. Doesn't always score a ton, but he sure directs the offense pretty well. 8 assists. This is the last semester for Rankin. You can just try to enjoy watching him play because you become so spoiled and you take so many things for granted. 3 on the way, no good. Rebound Milliken, but a foul on the play. Foul's going to go on Milliken on the rebound. It's Connor Milliken's 2nd. Lorenzen checks in. Prinz will check out with 7:10 showing on the clock. Dordt up by 24, 82-58. And inbounding. Doane basketball. This is Tim. Brady Tim today, 7 of 14 shooting. Dordt takes it away underneath. They're going to call a foul. Going to call a reach in on Luke Rankin as he took the ball away from the post player, Jack Wilson. Wilson will go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Wilson is a 73% free throw shooter for the Orange and Black. Well, these teams will play again later this season in Crete. This is the first meeting between the two. Free throws up and good for Wilson. Dordt will play Concordia for the second time this season on Saturday. Be done with the Bulldogs for the regular season by January 4. Second free throw by Wilson is good. He's got 7. And the defender lead is 82-60. So the defenders leading by 22. Rankin with the basketball across half court. No look pass. Fairclough. Fairclough finishes at the rim. Ben Fairclough with 7. Dordt got a hand on the inbounds pass. Knocked it away. It'll be Doane basketball again. 84-60. Doane with the basketball. Brady Tim. Tim with it. Tim with it across the timeline. Brady Tim in between the circles. They throw it down low. Wilson. Wilson off the glass. No good there for the putback, though, is Wilson. Jack Wilson with 7 in the second half. 9 for the ball game. Dordt leads 84-62. Defenders taking a little more time. They get it underneath Lorenzen, and now they're starting to shred the zone defense. Dordt leads 86-62. How I heard it best described, zone defense, the offense gets to control the matchups. Glavin McDonald underneath with a 2-point bucket. He's got 18, so he and Tim have 34 combined. Shot no good by Lorenzen. Pretty good shot in the middle of the paint, but missed it. And now coming back the other way is McDonald. McDonald with the basketball. Dordt leading 86-64. Man-to-man defense. The defense controls the matchups. Zone. The offense will control the matchups. New player checking in for the defenders. This is Ben Loverud. Loverud will check in. Ty Vanessen, Bryce Kopic, Connor Milliken, Lucas Lorenzen on the floor. Checking out of the ball game will be Creighton Mashalen for Doane, the 6'2 freshman from Blair, Nebraska, the old home of Dana College. Taking you back in history there. With it out front is Kopic. Kopic with the basketball. Yep, Dana, member of the G-Pack until they close their doors. Kopic in the paint. His shot no good, but he's fouled on the play. Foul's going to go against Brady Tim. That's number 1 on Brady. And team foul number 6. Dort's going to be in the bonus from here on out. Bryce Kopic, a 1-and-1 opportunity. Nope, that was on shooting foul. So 2 free throws coming for Bryce. He's got 13 and shooting for his season average 14 right here. He and Lorenzen have combined for 40. Second free throw is up and good. Those two are the leading scorers for the defenders. Combined, they score about 39 on an average night. Kopic makes both free throws. Dordt leads 88-64. 24-point lead for the defenders. Dordt has a 38-31 advantage here in the second half of play. They dump it down into the post, and going down hard was Jack Wilson. Wilson fouled on the play. Going to call that against Kopic. I'll be honest, did not see it. Well, there you see the Dordt bench on the Dordt Media Network. Coach Brian Van Haften standing as he typically does. He's a pacer. Jack Wilson to the free throw line, shooting a 1-and-1. So that's foul number 3 now on Bryce Kopic. Free throw is up, and the free throw is good. Another one on the way. So Jack Wilson shooting a couple of free throws here, trying to trim it back to 22. This one's up and good as well. 88-66, 5 minutes remaining. Bryce Kopic with the basketball. Doane has made 45% of their field goals today. Pass underneath to Vanessen, missed it. Offensive rebound though, Lucas Lorenzen. Lorenzen now with 26. Dordt leads 90-66. Just can't quite land the knockout punch. Doane hanging in there with it in between 20, and Brady Tim, he can get it rolling, so he is a very potent threat. 4:30 left to go. Dordt gets it back on a turnover. Vanessen back over to Kopic. Kopic with it. And a reach-in foul called on the Tigers. That's going to go on Blanding. And for Blanding, that is foul number 1. Free throws on the way for Bryce Kopic. This will be a 1-and-1. This is the bonus situation that we talked about earlier. And Bryce's free throw is up and good. He's got another one coming. 91-66 defenders. Defenders at 60% shooting, and when they do that, it's going to be pretty tough to keep up. Puts so much pressure on teams with their offense, and their defense as good as we have seen them play in the last 4 or 5 years. 92-66, limiting teams to 70 points per game. Outscoring teams by an average of 24. Shot no good in the lane. Rebound controlled by Doane. Doane with the basketball. Dordt, in fact, has had one game decided by single digits this year so far. Shot from the right wing. It's up and good for Blanding. Blanding with the 3. It's 92-69. Kopic with the basketball. He goes over to Milliken. Milliken has it. Milliken out front. Right side it goes Lorenzen. Lorenzen with the ball over his head. Back over to Milliken. Milliken at the free throw line underneath. Vanessen hesitates. Oh, shot over the rim. Trickles off. No good. Got it up on the heel and it wouldn't drop through. And the Doane Tigers have it back. Brady Tim. 3.5 left to go in the game. Doane with the basketball. Doane trailing 92-69. Tim pull-up jumper. 17-footer off the mark. No good. Rebound controlled by Doane. Incidental contact. Couple bodies hit the floor. Three-pointer no good. Rebound taken away by Loverud. Loverud passes it off to Kopic. Kopic with the basketball. Kopic over to Milliken. Milliken off the glass, no good from long range. Rebound cleared by the Tigers. Tigers, long pass into the front court. Reverse layup, no good. Rebound Vanessen. Vanessen back over to Kopic. Kopic up the floor, snaps it off to Lorenzen. Lorenzen 3, missed it, short, no good. Ben Loverud climbs the ladder. His shot, the putback for the senior from Urbandale is good. And the Dordt defenders lead it 94-69. Timeout on the floor. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more right after this 1-minute timeout.
German Farmers Mutual, protecting the farm and home since 1891. Northwest Iowa's local insurance partner. Online at germanfarmers.com.
NewTek is your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, agriculture, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek. Today's broadcast brought to you by Huber's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning of Orange City. Whether you're looking for repairs, replacement, or maintenance for your air conditioning or heating system, Huber's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning of Orange City will exceed your expectation.
The Grain House, located in Hall, Iowa, bringing you amazing coffee, energy drinks, breakfast, lunch, and so much more. A big city feel, only 10 minutes away from Sioux Center, with a second location opening soon in Sanborn.
Defenders by 25 after the Ben Loverud stick back. 2:48 left to play in the game. Dordt with new players in the ball game. Ben Loverud stayed in. Tyler Prinz is in. Got Tyson Bohr in the ball game. Basket by the Tigers and Jack Wilson. Wilson now with 13. And the defender lead is 94-71. Dylan Skopp, a sophomore from Sergeant Bluff in the ball game, goes over to Tom Dobson, left wing. Prinz high post Skopp. Skopp back to Dobson. Dobson three, missed it, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Doane. Doane with the basketball. Tigers have it. And the Tigers, Trey Connell dribbling out front with the basketball. And throw taken away by Prinz. Prinz with the easiest steal he'll ever get. He was the only player in the vicinity. Dobson comes back right side. Bohr misses. Rebound though, Skopp. Skopp stripped on the way up. Here come the Tigers. Trey Connell with the basketball. Connell passes it right side to Crawford. Crawford back out front. Connell feeds it left side. Nate Rust. Rust to Mashalen. Mashalen with it on the left wing. 95 seconds left to go in the game. Mashalen might have shuffled his feet. No harm, no foul. Shot in the paint, no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Doane. It'll be Dordt basketball. So Doane with the Doane touches it last. Bringing the basketball up is Prinz. Prinz with it, goes right side. Right, comes back over to Skopp. Skopp with it. Skopp, right hand side. Bohr, Dobson, Skopp. Skopp in the paint. Kick out pass. Back to Bohr three. Can't get it to go. Rebound taken away by Dylan Skopp. Back out front it comes to Prinz. Prinz will reset it. 16 now to shoot. Back to Loverud. Loverud tries to shovel it off to Bohr. And the ball goes back into the hands of the Tigers. Tigers with it. Left hand side, Rust. Rust down to the baseline against Dobson. Off with the right hand. Missed it. No good. Under a minute to go. 40 seconds and counting. Prinz, right side, Loverud. Loverud penetrates. Tries to drop it off for Skopp, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Dordt. Pass underneath. Nothing there for Connell as he's cut off. Comes back to Jack Wilson. Wilson started the ball game. He's got 13 points. Back out front it comes to Shelton Crawford. Crawford to Mashalen. Mashalen against Dobson. Dobson not given any ground, but the spin move and the nifty move inside. Mashalen finishes. He's got 7. And with 10 seconds to go, that's how this one's going to end. Dordt 94, Doane 73. The defenders stay perfect, 15-0, 7-0 in the conference. Doane slides to 7-8 and 2-5. Let's take a 2-minute break. We'll be back with a Wireless World post-game wrap right after this 2-minute timeout.
See Proactive Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab when the aches and pains won't go away. Visit proactivephysicaltherapy.net when you want to get back to the activities you love.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery. Today's broadcast brought to you by 712 Realty, a team of realtors in Northwest Iowa with the drive, care, and results you need to buy or sell your home. Visit them online, 712realty.com, leading you home.
Biblical truth shapes Dordt's worldview, giving students the wisdom to serve God and neighbor through their work and in their daily lives. Do all that God has created you to do at Dordt University.
Go, 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 go.
as the Dordt defenders win at 94-73. After that 10-point, there was a 10-point difference in the second half of this one. The Dordt defenders were up 63-53. 12 unanswered, blew it open to 75-53. Ends up being a 24-point difference, and it was played basically at a 20 to 24-point difference the rest of the way. And fittingly, it ends up at a 21-point difference, 94-73. Let's go ahead and run the highlights and recap some of the overview of the stats, and then we'll dig in a little bit deeper to those digits. Brady Tim, one of 3 players for the Tigers to score for double figures. He got to his average, 16 points. Glavin McDonald, he went a little bit better than his average today. He ended up with 18, and that was a team-high 18 points. Bryce Kopic and Lucas Lorenzen, a very potent 1-2 punch tonight. 42 points combined. And pretty good ball movement today by the defenders as well. 21 assists out of their 36 baskets. Lucas Lorenzen doing what he does. Knocked down a long 3. He had 4 threes today. And Ben Loverud came off of the bench, and he scored a bucket as well, the senior from Urbandale. And the defenders win it by a final of 94-73. Here then are the numbers. Dordt 36-65 from the floor. Most of the game they were right about on 60% success, and up at 55% success. 13 of 32 from the three-point line, 41%. 9 of 10 on free throws for 90%. For the Doane Tigers, 26 of 60 from the floor, 43%. 10 of 24 from the three-point line, 42%. 11 of 12 on free throws, 92%. Two teams combined, 20 of 22 from the free throw line. Pretty good free throw shooting today. Dordt, a 39-24 rebounding edge. Turnovers, both teams had 15. Individual numbers, Lucas Lorenzen, 26 points on 10 of 15 shooting tonight. Bryce Kopic had 19. Connor Milliken added 9. Luke Rankin had 7. Ben Fairclough had 7. Jake Proctor had 8. Jake Hargens had 6. 5 for Tyler Prinz, 3 for Xavier Van Beek, 2 for Ben Loverud, 2 for Ty Van Essen. 6 rebounds for Bryce Kopic to pace the defenders. Ben Fairclough had 5. Lucas Lorenzen had 4. Jake Hargens had 4. Luke Rankin, 10 assists tonight to go with 2 steals. 3 assists each for Bryce Kopic and Lucas Lorenzen. 1 block shot for Connor Milliken. 1 block shot for Ty Van Essen. For the Doane Tigers, 18 points for McDonald. 5 of 11 from the floor. 3 of 8 on threes. 16 for Brady Tim, 13 for Wilson, 5 for Connell, 5 for Rabick, 9 for Blanding, 7 for Mashelin. 7 rebounds for Rabick and 4 for Wilson, 5 for Mashelin. Assists, Brady Tim had 5, and Brady Tim had 2 steals along with Mashelin getting 2 steals. Other finals already tonight. Northwestern beat Hastings 95-86. Midland an 89-72 winner earlier today as well. Concordia's up by 1 on Dakota Wesleyan near the end of the first half at the Corn Palace. And Mount Marty leads Briar Cliff in Sioux City. That's a little bit of a surprise to me. 24-18, given the fact that it's being played in Sioux City. And that one is, they've still got a little ways to go in the first half of that one. Everything else is a final. The Dordt defenders winners tonight, 94-73. And Coach Brian Van Haften takes a seat beside me. Aloha, Mr. Hand.
Got my DU gear on.
I saw the Hawaiian shirt, and just in a Hawaiian state of mind. And the team played pretty well tonight. First half, stretched it out. Got going a little bit, 94-73, and making 60% of your field goals. Put a lot of pressure on Doane in terms of your offense, and your defense was good enough tonight.
Yeah, it was good enough tonight. Offensively, yeah, we really passed the basketball well in the first half and got ourselves in the middle of the floor and then out for some threes. You know, it's the first time, well, second time this year we've faced some zone, and it was good for us to face that, and I thought we handled it really well.
I was going to say, does it take just a moment? Does it take a possession to get people in the right spot? Did guys get to where they needed to go relatively easily, if you will.
Yeah.
I mean, and I said to the listeners, facing his own defense, offensively, you get to control the matchups and you decide where you want to go. Did you guys do what you wanted them to do tonight?
They did. We've been practicing for this. We knew that we'd probably get zoned, and we've been planning for people to zone us at some point this season. And, yeah, it was good. I mean, I thought one of the things we said we didn't want to do was all of a sudden start going, okay, what are we doing out here? So we had a good plan, I thought, and our guys executed it well. Luke did a nice job of finding some easy baskets in there once in a while at the dunker spots underneath the hoop, yeah, it was good. It was good enough. You know what was fun today is that Ben Fairclaw's parents saw him play a game for the first time in his career, and you say, well, man, first time, and he's a senior already, and so it's nice to see his parents here, and his brother Jay, who goes to Gonzaga. Is a tennis player there, and so it's good to have them here. Tom Dobson's parents from Australia is also here. They're leaving here either tomorrow or the next day, but so it was nice to have them here and be able to watch a Dordt game in action.
Your team today, and it was a various cast of characters today. You end up with two out front, Lorenzen and Kopic, 26 and 19 respectively, but then a lot of 7, 8s, and 9s, and people had opportunities today and knocked down shots. That's when your team is the best, it seems.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I think that, Lucas is usually going to get his points. So is Bryce, and Connor usually is too. Connor got off to a good start, but kind of slowed down a little bit after that. But, it was just a good game for our guys. I thought we handled it well. I see 21 assists, on the game, and that's a good number for us. Luke having 10 of them, it was just it's been a while since we played, Mike.
That's what I said. I mean, the rust can settle on pretty quickly too.
Yeah, you know what? We got together last Friday, and we just kind of got it going a little, and then Saturday we practiced well. We practiced well ever since, and so I thought we'd play well today, and we played pretty well. I think defensively, I think we played a little bit better, and if we're going to beat Concordia on Saturday, we're going to have to do that.
I don't think I have a whole lot more to add to this one. I mean, Concordia coming up on Saturday, it's going to be obviously a great challenge for your team, and it's probably time for that again.
For sure. Yeah, we're not afraid of that. I mean, we think they're awesome. I mean, and they are. I mean, they got an awesome team, and we're just going to go in there and give it our best shot and see what happens, and I feel good about our team.
Team that was in the front of the student section tonight. Those the Fighting Rebels from Sioux Central?
Sioux Central Fighting Rebels. They were here tonight watching their guy Jake Hargans, and so it's nice to have them here today as well.
How important is that to bring high school teams in like that, give them the exposure, have them just take a look and see what, I mean, it's an education to find out what college basketball is all about too.
No doubt. It really is. And you know what? We're good friends. I've been good friends with Sioux Central's coach for a long time, so he always wants to come back up and watch us. And now that Jake is here, and now he really wants to come up. And those guys are good friends of ours, and it really is. We want kids to play for us from around the area, and so it's a blessing to have someone like Jake Hargans play for us and play well.
Pretty good ambassador for the program,
yes,
Coach. I will let you go. We'll see you down in Seward on Saturday.
All right, my friend. Thank you.
That is Coach Brian Van Haften on the Wireless World postgame show, and I think that's going to do it for our broadcast this evening. The Dordt Defenders come away with sweeps tonight. Women's basketball 95-37, men's basketball 94-73. Time to roll the credits. This has been a production of the Dordt Media Network and Sioux County Radio. Dordt Media Network, Sioux County Radio, the Dordt Athletic Communication Office, and the Dordt Athletic Department partner to bring these broadcasts to you. Rich Lodewijk is the Dordt Media Network Director, and Matt Boss and Josh Tatton are members of the Dordt Athletic Communication Office. Our crew tonight, Sean Solano, Evan DeYoung, David Wiebawall, and Nate Manillas. They were under the direction of Rich Lodewijk, and our KIHK broadcast engineer for the evening, Peyton Work. For all of those folks, I'm Mike Biker. Have a good evening.